Being biracial is a delicate balance. You feel like you're straddling the line between two different worlds. I like to start with a little disclaimer that says we're gonna cover some racial topics and go down some rough roads, and I just want to say, white people, it's okay to laugh. Black people, don't look at them while they're laughing. Okay? Let's try and create a safe space. Okay? Growing up biracial, whenever somebody meets me, they always ask me the exact same question. Oh my God, what are you? Like I'm some sort of science experiment or a new species yet to be discovered. Well, I'll have you know that biracial people are growing 3 times the rate of the population, which means there's a very near future where somebody like me will come up to somebody like you and go, oh my God, what are you? Interesting, monoracial? Didn't know they were making them in all white anymore. You see, when I was biracial, or still am, I thought that I was special. I thought I got to be 2 things. I couldn't be defined. But the truth was, even though I identified as 50% white and 50% black, the world told me that I had to be what I looked like. They judged this book by its color. And this story is a fight for me to find my identity. You see, I thought that I had the best of both worlds. I thought I could be white on Wednesday, black on Friday. I would even bubble in both black and white on all standardized tests. Until a teacher said, you can't do that. You have to pick one. And let's be honest, you're black. She didn't realize that she was telling me I had to choose between my mother and my father. So just to piss her off, I would check other and write mulatto. That's before we knew mulatto was a bad word. And then my innocence was taken from me. October 3rd, 1995, the OJ verdict. You see, at that point in time, this verdict was going to set the racial precedent for this country moving forward. And there I was, just a 9-year-old kid, sitting at his kitchen table. My mom was getting ready to go to the grocery store and make food for our OJ verdict viewing party, which everybody was having. My mom had a detailed menu. She was making Nicole brownies, Judge Ito Paquito burritos, and OJ peanut acquittal brittle. You see, even though a woman had died, my mom never missed an opportunity to make themed snacks. So my dad walked her to a door, kissed her goodbye, and then turned into somebody I'd never seen him become before, and proceeded to give me a speech that would change my entire life. What up, son? Depending on this verdict, we could be in the middle of a race war. That might be the last time you see your mother alive. Now, up until this point, I've allowed you to believe that you are both black and white. Make no mistake about it, you are black. And that's the way the world will perceive you. You see, if shit hits the fan, your mama's side of the family will sell you out quicker than a fork in an oatmeal factory. Now, I gotta be honest, my dad's metaphors were weird as fuck, okay? But when an old man starts talking, you just let him go. Now, it's my job to teach you what kind of black person you are. You see, there's a class system within the races. The wealthier you are, the whiter you are. Then you have your middle class whites, and then you have your lower class whites who are just white trash, like your mama's family. But don't you ever tell her I said that. Now, in the black race, everything is reversed. The broker you are, the blacker you are. The more money you have, the less black you are perceived to be. These are your Uncle Toms, your sellouts. Now there are a few people who are still in this category and can be down. And they're all on PBS. It's what I like to call the Sesame Street effect. And yes, I do mean that magical, mystical Negro by the name of LeVar Burton. And let's get one thing straight. You ain't LeVar Burton. You're a middle-class black son. The BBF, the beginning black friend. You make the transition into having other black friends easy for white people. You're like the California roll to sushi. Now, if you heed nothing else from this speech, remember this. Son, take it from me and OJ, never date a white woman. They're nothing but trouble, trouble, trouble. You see, white women are clumsy and curious by nature, which means they're always getting into some shit. And if you're around them, you'll always be suspect number one. Now, it's time for you to watch your first Roots marathon, which I did at 9 years old. Growing up, I just thought my dad was telling me scary stories and trying to make me identify the way he wanted me to identify. I thought he was trying to force his blackness onto me. I thought, no, when I get out into the real world, I'll be able to explain to people that I'm both black and white. It's not going to be a big deal. And then the day happened. The day I realized I was black. It started with a double at Starbucks. I was working there, and if you don't know what it's like to work at Starbucks, let me paint a little picture for you. I'm a veteran. I've been to war. I've been ambushed in the middle of the Iraqi desert, and I would do that all over again before I worked one more fucking shift at Starbucks. ISIS? Ha. The Taliban? Ha. Nothing compares to a middle-aged white woman who hasn't had her coffee. They bust in the door and just start complaining about everything. It's too hot in here, it's too cold in here, I hate your hat, I hate your apron. Last time you made my drink, it wasn't with soy. Are you sure that's soy? Good, then show me the box. Show me the box, 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 show me the box. Sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet. So I had it up to here, and I said, I didn't know that caffeine cured cunt, lady. I was reported to my manager shortly after that. My manager, who's all of 19 years old, he had the audacity to sit me in the office and say, hey, Bill, what could we have done differently out there? I don't know, Bobby. We could have finished college, okay? We could have not been in a 3-year relationship with a codependent psychopath who didn't support us. You're asking questions that are above your fucking pay grade, my friend. But because of that conversation, I got held in my office and missed my bus. The bus that drops me off right in front of my girlfriend's house. Instead, I had to take another bus that dropped me 2 miles north of that in Beverly Hills. Now, in order to get through a double at Starbucks, you have to drink no less than 8 espresso shots, which means I had to take a shit. So I started running at midnight, dressed in all black, through Beverly Hills. I ran past a white SUV of 4 girls listening to a new pop song called Call Me Maybe. Did I stop and dance with them? Yes, I did, because I really love that song. And then I continued running for 2 blocks and I heard whoop whoop. That's right, I got pulled over for running. The cop said, excuse me, we heard somebody was disturbing the peace. I said, officer, open and shut case. 4 girls, white SUV, back that way, listening to Call Me Maybe. Consider this a citizen's arrest. Thank you. He goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. But why were you running? Why was I running? You know when you had it up to here because you've worked all day and you don't have time for anybody's shit. Why was I running? I don't know. Exercise? I'm training for a half K. Well, he didn't think that was very funny and asked me for my ID. And you never want to hear a cop say this. A little far away from your neighborhood, aren't you, son? So I realized, uh-oh, this isn't going the way I thought it was going to go. So I said, officer, you know what? I'm going to reach for my phone and just record this situation. He said, why? Well, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable about what's happening here. I haven't really done anything wrong, and I just want to make sure that everything's above board. He goes, no. I go, well, I'd feel more comfortable if I did. So I went to reach for my phone, and before I could, his partner grabbed me, slammed me and my upset stomach up against the hood of a car, and I shit myself. Then I got put in the back of his cruiser while they ran a background check to see if I had any warrants. And I was sitting there, innocent, overworked, underpaid, covered in my own shit, and I realized, oh, I am black. And that is the way the world's going to perceive me. After that, I called my dad, and I thanked him. I realized that he wasn't trying to limit me. He was trying to protect me. Since that day, I realized that my life will forever be a delicate balance. Because no matter how I identify, I'm always battling the way I'm perceived. Thank you.